request with the registrar. One is, there's this thing going on where there are two recounts going on, right? But each side is only paid to have, they each had two tables, and each side's two tables has only counted half the ballots. And one of them is they've been careful to kind of disguise who it is that is paying for it. And our point is simple. Neither side has completed the recall, and there's nothing to certify or recount. And we submitted a brief, which we have to hand out copies of in a second, as to why it is that both of them have to be done. The second question is what happens on an electronic recount, because on an electronic recount, it produces a paper ballot trail.
Okay.
And our point is pushing the button again and looking to see what the number is isn't a recount, that the code is clear, and we'll give you a copy of the brief where it says that you have to look at the paper trail for any full recount. And so we've submitted a brief to Mr. Kelly and asked him to rule that for this recount to be completed, whoever wants to continue to go forward has to finish counting their half of the paper ballots, and then they have to do an actual count of the paper trail that was generated by electronic ballot. Otherwise, those paper trails are pointless.
So what happens at this point? There's no definitive answer? You're it's like a TRO and everything stops?
Well, at this point, everything stops. He's going to, Mr. Kelly's going to confer with his counsel, and we handed out copies of our brief to the opposing sides, and then he's going to call us back in some short period of time and indicate how he's ruling, how he's going forward at this point.
Would you have done this if your candidate had been ahead?
We would have taken, we don't have to have any obligation to force them to finish the recount. Our point has simply been, if you want the results to change, you've got to finish it. Our guy already won. Trung Nguyen won the election. He was certified as the winner. Our point is the results can't change until there's a full recount.
Regardless of what you've heard today and the numbers today?
Well, he hasn't finished certifying those yet at this point, because he's already indicated that some kind of a recount has to occur as to the electronic votes. The question is what type. And so the recount's not over at this point. Only the only thing that's occurred is that there's been a count on the paper ballots. With respect, we indicate that only half of them have been counted, and if Janet wants to continue, she has to count the other half of the papers. But in addition to that, everybody agrees that there has not yet been a count of the electronics. And until there is a full recount done, you can't certify a different result.
So we likely won't see anybody sworn in tomorrow?
We think that's probable, that no one will get sworn in tomorrow, but we'll have to see. I mean, it depends a lot on what Mr. Kelly rules at this point. We think it's a matter of fundamental fairness, though. You've got to count the actual electronic votes, and the whole reason we create a paper trail is for just this circumstance.
Things have